I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update, brought to you by the premier Crozier Keystone Orthopedics Partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Beck.
Where there's music, there's high five. So where there's heaven, that's where you are. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will, I'm still my high.
That's Jeff Beck with the Imelda May Band at the Grammy Awards. Now, you might recall a while back, we told you about Jeff Beck doing some special shows in New York as a tribute to his hero, Les Paul. Well, those shows are now about to be on DVD and CD, and you'll be able to pick them up in February. But more importantly, you'll be able to see Jeff Beck with the Imelda May Band on March 25th at the Keswick Theater. Tickets aren't on sale yet, but they're gonna go fast. Well, if you're looking for that special something for someone this Christmas, how about that special something that belonged to John Lennon? In this case, the radio phone bill that he got from a company in London when he didn't pay for it. That's back in the day when radio phones in the car were like, wow, nobody even heard of this, and big, huge contraptions. Well, it seems that John was behind on his payments, but the bill is important because on the other side is the lyrics to I'm Only Sleeping. This comes back from 1966, and you could actually own it. By the way, they figure it's going to go for $500,000+ Now, if that's too steep for you, his Ivor Novello Awards are available. One for She's Leaving Home, the other for She Loves You. They're going to go between $30,000 and $50,000. I mean, just in case you're looking. Why is Alan Parsons laughing? Well, let me tell you. Alan Parsons, of course, the man who was the engineer on Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon and did so many albums on his own with Eric Wolfson. Well, there's a band called Lady Antebellum, a country act, really, really good, and they came out with a song last year called Need You Now. Alan came out with a song in 1982 called Eye in the Sky. You might remember it. Now, in case you never heard Need You Now, it sounds like this.
It's a 1:15. I'm all alone and I need you now.
Eye in the Sky sounds like this.
I am the eye in the sky, looking at you.
Once again, Lady Antebellum's Need You Now.
Said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control and I need you now.
And once again, Eye in the Sky.
I'm the maker of rules, dealing with fools. I can cheat you blind.
I think the reason why he's laughing is there's a lot of money coming his way. Hey, we got some Jimmy Page news for you. It looks like he's going to go on the road next year. In a recent interview in England, he said that he is, and I'm quoting, desperate to be playing, but it won't be until next year sometime. He's looking for a good vehicle to get out there and do some concerts, quote unquote. Well, he didn't elaborate what that vehicle was going to be, but you might recall a few weeks ago, we told you that Roger Daltrey is really interested in working with him. Keep your fingers crossed. Every year, the Allman Brothers hold up in the Beacon Theater in New York City. Well, every year except last year, where they were in the United Palace, there was some sort of scheduling conflict. They actually had a better deal at the United Palace and were going to go back there, but they feel that the Beacon is their New York City home, so back to the Beacon it is. Tickets will go on sale soon for dates March 10th through the 12th, then the 14th and 15th, and the 17th through 19th. Just keep looking online, and if you want to be there, you're going to see some great shows with some really great guests. Sad to say, but this week we celebrate the 30th anniversary of the murder of John Lennon. And if you want to own a piece of John Lennon history, well, I'm not sure if this is it. It is rather expensive. It is very unique. It is the album that Mark David Chapman had Lennon sign. On it is his fingerprints. There's all kinds of documentation that come with it. As far as the people who own it are concerned, or the people who are auctioning it off, they say it is the greatest purveyance of information they have ever seen attached to one item. Now, the person who owned this beforehand got death threats because they were holding on to this piece of a tragedy. Now, if you want to hold on to this piece of a tragedy, figure starting price is about $850,000. Our last story today comes from the Don't Believe Everything You See file. A guy in Amherst, Massachusetts shows up at Antonio's Pizza Parlor with a Bob Dylan backstage pass on and says he needs 178 pizzas for the crew after the show. So the folks at Antonio's, they start making pizzas. 178 pizzas, $3,900 worth of pizzas, which nobody ever shows up to pick up. They end up throwing them away. So now it's time to play Find Bob Dylan. See, if you're looking for Bob Dylan in a pizza, there he is. Or how about looking for Bob Dylan at a Penn State game? Hey, there he is again. Or my favorite, how to find Bob Dylan in a group of rabbis. And that's Classic Rock Update for this week, brought to you by the premier Crozier Keystone Orthopedic Partnership. I'll see you weekday mornings on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK.